The sensible sociopath. Sometimes they say f and shit and cum dumpster and
This show is not for you.
You have to be a special kind of crazy.
Smart and creepy.
It's not offensive, it's not standoffish, none of that.
Counterculture, baby.
Oh, lady inclusion.
At what point do you stop considering it a clitoris?
Farts in a barn.
This show's gonna be great.
You all think I have cancer?
Beehive enthusiast community.
So he could fit in a corset and blow himself.
Non-willing sperm donor.
Why would you say that, Joe? You asshole. You're such an asshole. Oh, wow. It's so smoky and mysterious in here, Roma.
Good job.
Hello, everyone. I'm Steve, and this is the Sensible Sociopath podcast.
Hi, Steve.
And my co-host, Roma, and also our in-studio producer,
Hi, guys.
woman of many talents. I'm sorry to gender you, Roma.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Wait. Oh, wait, I moved that one. It's somewhere.
It's such a gem.
How dare you?
There we go. Yeah, it's been a while since we brought that one up. The old Greta Thunberg. Person of the Year, Roma. Person of the Year.
Yes, 2019.
Probably.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, is it a retrospective?
I mean, I don't know. Obama got it for being elected, so.
Yeah, that's true. He also got the Nobel Peace Prize, though, Roma.
I think that's what I'm thinking
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
Oh,
I
I'm
think
sure he got
maybe
Person of the Year,
Michelle
too.
Obama might have gotten Person of the Year.
Yeah,
One of the Obamas, I'm sure.
that's when they had to go gender neutral
Right.
because they weren't sure. Get it, Roma?
I get it.
Roma likes that joke. She's not a fan of big-shouldered women.
I mean, you know, the fad went out in the 80s.
That's true. The old shoulder pads.
Yeah.
There's a new thing now, Roma.
What's the new thing?
It's called being woke
Oh,
and inclusive.
is there like a
Of big-shouldered
uniform that
winter?
goes with it, or
Well, sort of.
does it involve shortcut blue hair?
Oh yeah, no, I bet more for the people who have the big shoulders,
Oh, got
the
it.
persons.
Linebacker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I do have a story about one of that.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Do you want to start the show with that?
I guess I don't know. Oh, and by the way, you can listen to us on all of the major podcast platforms.
Yes.
Check us out on Instagram and
Yep.
Twitter, and then we are also here. So please subscribe.
Yes, please do.
Yes.
And tell your friends.
Yes, and tell your friends.
Yeah.
Because they're all dumb if they haven't yet. Subscribe to our show.
Yeah, only. Yeah, okay, we'll go with dumb people have not subscribed.
Exactly. And you know the quickest way to become not dumb, Roma? Subscribe to the show.
Okay,
It's a science.
we know now.
Fact. Yeah. The more you know. So I was in Walmart, and so what Walmart is, Roma, is a store that has many goods, groceries, home goods, tire center, pharmacy.
Do they have those outside of America?
That's a very interesting question.
I'm going to ask Kat that.
Why don't we ask Hector?
Hector's not here yet, but Kat's here.
All right, Kat. You let us know if they have a Walmart outside. Where's she from? Venezuela?
Canada.
Colombia? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the other Colombia.
British Columbia?
I don't know.
I mean, it works.
Sure.
Yeah. It's where the hay or the pot tastes like hay. Not
Does
that
it?
I would know.
I was going to say, I thought that was Mexican weed.
I don't think so. I don't know if any hay comes from Mexico.
It tastes kind of like,
Like it was up someone's butt?
it tastes like grass. Like
Oh,
the
okay.
the whole term grass, I think, comes from Mexican weed.
Really? Oh,
I don't know.
interesting. Thought that it was just green.
Canada does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm glad. Anyway, so you and Katrina will know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Nobody else. So at Walmart, now it is one of the critical infrastructures as far as the coronavirus goes because it really has everything, and so I totally agree with it being open. I also think brothels and strip clubs, but let's not get into the weeds here, Roma. Stay
Okay.
focused. So I was in Walmart, and they've roped it off in between the in and the out.
Okay.
So you have to go. They make you walk around. If you start going
Yep.
in the wrong door, they make you walk around.
Yes. Most places that have 2 doors make you do that now.
And there's someone there who I would say is not physically fit to stop you.
Yes.
They have that person there.
Usually. They're
Usually.
either overweight or old.
Or a combination of both.
Right.
Some sort of handicap.
Right. Which is fine.
Yeah,
The
that's fine
handicapped
nowadays.
need jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Taking jobs from us. I mean, they're great podcasters, is what I'm saying.
Right.
The handicapped, great shows. So, I'm walking out, right? And I've got one bag with just, I can't even remember what I was getting. It was something very, very,
Mundane.
yeah, just something, or something for my car or something like that. Anyways, so I stop with my little cart because I'm like, okay, I could either go all the way out this thing and then out to the car and then leave the basket.
Right.
And I used to be a basket leaver, so I would just leave it there like wherever.
Yeah.
But I've kind of changed my ways.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's something simple you can do to make your day more productive and feel like you're doing the right thing.
So for me, unless I'm particularly far away and in a rush or what like that, I'll do it just to get the steps in.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah. And so you just get satisfaction out of it. It's
Sure.
I won't make my bed. And they say like, oh, the first thing you do is make your bed if you're trying to do like some like life improvement program.
Sure.
I'm taking it a little less aggressively than that, and I'm going, okay, I'm just going to return my cart back to the cart corral.
It's a good first step.
Yeah, whether that, and generally I'll walk it all the way back to the store.
Oh.
Walmart's a little bit big of a parking lot to do that in.
See, I don't do that.
Yeah.
But so, for instance, I always park far away because usually it's where the shady trees are.
And the shady characters, yeah.
And that's true, absolutely 100%.
Where
yeah.
you fit in.
Yes.
Yeah.
There have been where I usually park when I go to our local grocery store. There's always like homeless people,
Yeah.
kind of hanging out in the periphery.
Yeah.
And that's kind
in
of
the
where
wings.
and that's where I usually park because a lot of times I'll bring my dog, and if it's a sunny or hotter day, I try to park in the shade, and the trees usually line the outside, and so that's where I tend to park. I also want to make a comment on, since I moved into my newest apartment, I have made it I've pretty much have made my bed every single day, and if I haven't actually properly made it, I at least pull the covers up. And I have like 4 pillows, and so I have like 2 that are like regular pillowcases, and then I have the 2 that are kind of the shams. So I at least throw the shams on top of the other pillowcase. It honestly makes life better.
Yeah.
It really does. But I spend a lot of time sitting on my bed because that's where I have my favorite TV. It's
Okay.
got the best.
Oh, Roma's got a bunch of TVs. Well,
I have 2
some
TVs.
of us are doing well.
I have 2 TVs. I have one in my living room that's super old, old. And then I have one that I bought newer. It's probably about 2 years old. And you helped me mount it, actually.
Yeah, Roma, I remember that.
Yeah,
I was
and
actually going to
so-
see if you recalled.
Yeah, and so that's my preferred TV. It's got better sound, and so that I usually sit on my bed and watch TV there. And so, but making the bed makes all the difference.
Yeah.
It really does.
I think you feel like not such a big piece of shit.
Yeah,
if,
really,
if
seriously.
you make your bed, and
And I
wouldn't
have like a
know.
throw blanket. So
Uh-huh.
like if I am laying in bed watching TV, I put the throw blanket on
Yes.
instead of laying like under the sheets. Yeah.
And that's smart, and that's probably what I would do because I do the same thing on the couch. I
Yeah.
just throw a blanket over my legs. 'Cause,
Sure.
I like to pretend that I don't have them anymore.
Legs.
Is that what you do?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
I'm
we're-
anti-legs.
Yeah.
All the
I
way.
can't walk. I belly crawl to the bathroom. Then I sit on the toilet and fall face first and bash it on
That's
the bathtub.
a lot of work.
You don't-
Legs.
You don't play. You
Legs
don't
are.
cosplay that, Roma?
No, I mean legs are a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've thought about just putting those broccoli bands. Those rubber bands you get on the broccoli. If you just put those over your thighs, just a few of those, take care of the
Can't
problem.
even tell that you have legs.
Yeah, totally. Well, I meant that it would just cut off all the circulation and then
Right,
fall off.
because you can't tell you have legs.
Yeah, they'd have to remove them.
Exactly.
Yeah. I hope somebody does that. And then like, boy, we sure
Wait.
get a lot of subscribers.
Where did we go with this story of
So I was
Walmart?
broccoli banding my legs. No. So I was in Walmart, and I was trying not to be a huge piece of shit. So I was gonna put the cart back, the one that you push around.
Sure.
Now you see, when in most stores, Roma, they have a cart, and you can put your goods into these carts and then take them to the checkout area.
Oh, okay, weird.
Yeah, yeah. So, so I was doing that, and I
Okay.
was gonna put that cart back, and there was like this line of people coming, and the person that was seated over there counting the people coming in and going out, because they count.
Because like, okay, you can only do so many people.
Yes, I think that's the idea, and I don't know if I think it's square footage.
Yes.
And so I ended up pushing the cart into the area after it probably like 5 or 6 sets of people walked by. So I was standing there for a little while, probably looking a little suspicious.
I was gonna say, okay.
So I go to the side that is, forbidden for me to go to,
Okay.
and I just pushed my cart, and I just parked it there, and I didn't push it into all the other carts because I didn't want to like contaminate those if they were supposed to wipe them off or
Sure.
something. I don't think that Walmart
You're
does
trying
that
to do
'cause
the right thing.
it's too high volume. Yeah. So I put that there, and then I go walking around to the exit portion, and I go out the proper exit.
Okay.
And as I'm doing that, there is an older woman there, and she says, "Thank you, sir." And I said, "Oh, that's an interesting voice she has." And as I walk by, I realize this may be a transgender woman.
Okay.
And my immediate thought was, how dare she gender me? Because she's, "Thank you, sir." Well, how dare you? Have you learned nothing from your strife? Yeah.
How dare you?
So, so she was one of these, like, had to be at least 65 years old. So that this was a rough life that this young lady had, older
Yeah,
lady.
she's old school.
Yeah, and so
Old
I'm
school
sure.
trans before it was cool.
Well, and or maybe just came out right when it was cool.
Right.
But you always saw those people who transitioned, and boy, were they not really doing a great job of it.
Sure.
They had not taken care of themselves. They don't have enough hair to grow a long, flowy.
Yep.
You should probably get a wig at that point. I
Sure.
would think. But I mean, hey, great for them to, but had like the daggly earrings and stuff, and it was very funny. But I just thought that my response immediately was, "How dare you gender me?" Yeah. So I'm.
Well, it's like people getting in trouble for, and this is really common in the South as well, calling people like honey or dear or, sweetie or whatever, and they get
Yeah.
in trouble for it. And it's just like, it's just, to me, and like, and I work in a, I work around a lot of people, and they, especially being around the public, they'll say things like, "Oh, thanks, dear," or, like, "Oh, you're a sweetheart." That's one of the ones I get a lot.
Yeah.
And to me, it's not off-putting.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's a term of endearment, or it's saying, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. A lot
Yeah.
of people are like, "Don't call me ma'am, that makes me old." And I'm like, if it's respectable, it's a respect thing. And so it's just interesting when people get upset about that. So, for me personally, if somebody says something like that, it's I mean, they don't know me, but at the
Yeah.
same time, like, I feel like they're going out of their way to try to be respectful.
Yes.
So I just can't be upset about that.
Well, and there's the other side of that too, because I'll say, "Oh, hello, young lady," when the lady is obviously older than I am,
Yeah.
or around the same age as
Sure.
I am, and it's just to be like, hey, it's not like pandering or patronizing, but they could take it that way too. They could go, "How dare you?" It's whatever your mindset is. If you're in a shitty mood, you're going
Yes.
to take it the wrong way,
Yep.
no matter what somebody says. And with hun and sweetie and all of those things, I think that it is I think that it's fine. I think if a guy's doing it to a woman, in a position of power sort of thing,
I
then
could see
that's where I
that.
could see that being a problem.
I could see that for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean,
Thanks,
as a
hon.
guy,
Smacks
even
you
if
on the ass.
yeah, you know,
Joe Biden, whatever.
exactly, yeah, pops a finger in you, you know, whatever. I thought you liked me, bro.
I think it was man.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, man. What a charmer.
Kat says she personally likes it when people call me endearing terms.
Like chocolate pudding panties.
Exactly. And
Like
Margot
that?
says, I agree. It's a term of endearment or respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, people get all uppity about it, but I would honestly rather somebody say that to me than not. Because
Yeah.
I feel like, once again, it's a term of endearment. Like, oh, I respect you enough to be nice to you,
Yeah.
I guess. Like,
Or address you in a
flatter
familiar
you.
way.
Yes.
Or a colloquial way.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
not just Mr. and Mrs.,
Sarah says tone of voice is a lot. Either you are flattering or dismissive.
Yeah, sweetie. Like that.
Yeah. I think that's what she means.
You
Yeah.
know, seems like you put a little stank on that.
I've never had anybody do that to me before.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can get the creeper vibes, but
Yeah.
still at the same time, like it's to me personally, even if you're a creeper, it's still somewhat flattering because I don't have to feed into it,
Yeah.
you.
Yes. And with the creeper thing, because I say stuff that would be creepy all the time. Like I try to be sensitive over the fact that you could go into that territory with someone. But of course it's all about kind of context and who you are and stuff. But if like I'll compliment a woman on her nails or her eyebrows.
Not
or
the saying on her tits.
no, that's kind of, and that's really it. That's kind of the thing. And I
Wait,
try
did
to,
you say eyebrows?
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I'll
Her
just say,
eyebrow
yeah,
game
tight
is
eyebrow
on,
game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's on fleck. Yeah.
Damn, girl. Yeah, it's on fleek.
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
not
Fleek.
on fleck.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would love to see you compliment a girl's eyebrows.
Oh yeah, I've done it.
Have you?
Oh, absolutely. Yes,
Nice.
strangers.
You never complimented my eyebrows.
Roma, let's not start, okay? Your eyebrows are a train wreck. No, I'm just kidding.
No, they're not. I
Yeah.
tried really hard on them.
No, you have nice eyebrows.
Thank you.
But I appreciate those things because there are a lot of people that don't kind of take pride in those things. And I think especially men don't notice those things. They notice that a woman is attractive,
Sure.
but they don't notice why she's attractive.
Sure.
Or the stuff that she works hard on, or the stuff that's naturally, an asset of hers,
Yeah.
other than her ass or tits or, whatever.
Sure. Absolutely.
Her
Well, I love when
DSLs.
people say like, "Oh, you've got a really nice smile."
Yeah.
I don't take that doesn't to me that doesn't make me feel uncomfortable or I don't take it the wrong way. I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Like I think I've got straight teeth more or less and
Mhm.
they're pretty fairly white and
Yeah.
it's so it's like, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I make it a point to smile in general, not to please other people, but like I'm not some people they don't like their smiles and so they don't smile, and I have a big grin and so people say like, oh, you have a really nice smile, and it's like, thank you, I appreciate that. I've definitely have had times where I've had men, they were clearly hitting on me but they complimented me and it's kind of like, thank you, I appreciate that. I really appreciate somebody pointing that out because maybe I needed it that day.
Sure. And that's the way I see
Even
it.
old
Is,
guys,
yeah.
fat guys, it doesn't even matter.
Yes.
You don't have to be fucking some hot bro to compliment me.
Yes. Well, no, absolutely. And you should, I think it's an even better compliment when the guy isn't in your range, So if they are a little older or a little, I don't know, a little like they don't stand to benefit from saying something to you that is complimentary and nice.
Yes.
Because it's like, oh, if you're 70, if he's not jumping in a Porsche outside,
Right.
sorry, bro, you probably don't have.
You probably don't have what it takes.
Yeah.
Kat says, finally a man that respects the eyebrow game.
Oh, it's super
She's
important.
got killer eyebrows.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll have to check out Katrina's eyebrows.
Yeah, they're really
Yeah. Can you
Very-
send me one of them?
very sexy eyebrows.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. We follow her on Instagram. I'll make sure you
okay.
see them.
Yeah, that may be where I go wrong, because I'll be on Tinder or something like that, and I always try to come up with something funny and interesting. And I even thought about doing this on Twitter, and I will put out stuff that I say in my Twitter as like exchanges that I'm having.
Yeah.
With someone. I'll take like a screen cap, and then I'll send that off. Now, one of the things that because I want to almost create like the account to do that.
Okay.
But then I'm like, fuck, I'll fall in love with somebody, and then I won't be able to do it anymore. I won't be able to. I mean, I should probably just do it, though, huh?
Just do it.
Okay, I'm going to do that. Yeah, so check me out on Twitter at SensockSteve. I will totally show you screen caps of things that I say to girls on Twitter. But one of the things that I say is I'd be like, oh, you have nice hair. Can I have some?
Nice.
And and that's when I kind of get to figure it out, and really I've got to the point where I just send them some crazy shit to see how they respond, because if they don't respond in any way close to like, wait, are you even kidding? Like, then I know they're not for me, because obviously they don't have a sense of humor.
Right.
If they can't tell that what crazy shit I just said is funny.
Yes.
And looking at, I'm sure they like look back at your profile and go, who is this? Which one is this? And basically I'm saying your sense of humor is absolutely important.
Right. Absolutely.
Pretty much the most important thing. I really don't care what color your hair is. I care about eyebrows a little bit. If you don't have, I went on a date with a girl that wasn't keeping up her eyebrows, and it was very distracting.
Okay.
Yeah, because she had some thick eyebrows.
But she wasn't manicuring them.
At all.
Yeah.
At all. She was just letting them. I was like, Jesus
Honestly,
Christ.
I was into eyebrows before eyebrows were in. And I used to say, and I didn't draw them in or do anything too crazy. But, I made sure they were plucked and had a good shape. And I always told people, I'm like, if your eyes are the windows to the souls, don't you want to have good frames? And it's just, it really, and now it's cool, and everybody fucking draws on these crazy Nike swooshes and stuff, and like, but it's true. It's like,
you could say Latinos, Roma.
Yeah. that was the Sharpie phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. I just think if you're going, you don't have to be the most attractive person, but at least put your best foot forward.
Sure, absolutely. I actually, and I should have put it on the show, but I just saw basically it's a video meme in TikTok or something along those lines, but it talked about next time you think I'm catfishing you, look at taking into consideration good lighting. And so as a woman, and they had a flashlight. Maybe I'll try to find it and bring it next time. Or not a flashlight, but some type of light that was going around different angles of her face, and she looked like 20 different people. It was amazing. Yeah. And so she went from looking like a supermodel to like just Joe Schmo off the street. And but it was just all about, angling and lighting and makeup. Yeah. And, so it's like, it's not that you're necessarily, and this was without filters, it wasn't like she just had some filter on. So it's like, you can put your best foot forward without being dishonest.
Absolutely. And you can look at the photos that people generally pick and tell that they're concerned about the way that they look, or these might be the best photos of them at their best. Sure. So if they are unshowered looking, no makeup, no whatever. With a guy, if you have a beard, keep it trimmed up.
Sure.
If you're just because you have a beard doesn't mean you just get to not groom yourself.
Sure. It's like I'll do the thing. I'll wake up first thing in the morning and I'm like, am I selfie ready? Fuck no.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sarah says it's called taking pride in yourself and your appearance. It's respect for yourself.
Yeah.
And I don't disagree with that. I think that, so like I can sit there and I can take 10 photos from different angles and from different lighting. A lot of times I use natural lighting, so sunlight or like that. And, I can take a photo straight on or to the side or turn depending on what the lighting is. And it looks, one looks like, and one looks like, oh, yeah, damn, you're looking pretty good. And I haven't changed anything other than perspective.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's not like I don't look this way. It's just a flattering way of which I look. And I think that too, when you're when you're in public or you're around your friends or your family or significant other, as you're talking to somebody, they're moving and they're changing, and so you kind of get this like you get this view of like what this person is versus like one straight on dead shot, and if
Yes.
it's either flattering or not.
Yeah. And I think that's where my game's kind of weak, is that I don't tend to set up shots. So really it's just like, oh, hey, it's a nice day, and I'll like, take a selfie, wearing a sweatshirt with the background,
Sure.
whatever's in the background, which
I
is
woke
fine.
up like this, whatever.
I mean, no, well, no, because I always try to keep a certain level. Like, if you see me, you're going to see me looking pretty much the same grooming that I've had every time you've seen me.
Oh yeah.
Which is, I'm showered, I've got a little product in my hair.
Sure.
Yeah. Whatever. It's not a lot. It's not
Sure.
a high level of primping. But I'm not super hairy, so I don't have to worry about, those little ones of your eyebrows that grow out longer than the other ones. Those get trimmed.
Yes.
I look for those.
Yeah.
If you have like weird hairs that grow out, like of of your mole or whatever,
Yeah.
you look for that shit.
Yeah.
It's just what people should do.
Absolutely. Put your best foot forward.
Yeah, and I think that's a problem with some of the people on Tinder, and I've really just started swiping it because I'm like, obviously you're trying to put your best foot forward, and if it's not in any way, if you
Realistic.
can't, no, I love the ones that are completely unrealistic, because then I'm like,
Oh,
the
got
bar,
it.
because the normal life's going to be lower,
Got it.
a
got it.
lower level of eyeshadow and eyeliner and stuff.
Kat says that I always try to include one pic of no makeup so there's no surprises.
Yeah, totally. And I'm totally fine with that. But if I see somebody with no makeup on every single picture and they're not camping,
Yeah.
I'm like, obviously
like,
you don't,
me
because if I was a
personally-
woman, I would put on some eye mascara and some eyeliner
Sure.
and some lip gloss.
I mean, I think yes.
that
'Cause
would be my shit
I'm
right
an
there.
eyeliner and lip gloss. I
Yeah.
always do my eyebrows, but
Yeah.
in general, I'm very low maintenance,
Yeah.
very low, makeup. I put on eyeshadow for the show, but in general, like I don't really wear makeup.
Yeah.
I really don't. And so,
But there's a difference between that and no, really, I don't wear makeup. Like, I
Right.
don't even I've never even touched
but
this
if you
stuff.
see somebody that doesn't wear makeup and you're still attracted to them,
Yeah. But I want someone that puts on makeup, but it doesn't look like they're wearing makeup. That's
and
fine.
see, that's kind of
That's fine.
That's what I usually
Yeah.
go for.
Yeah.
The most makeup that I wear is during the show, just because I'm trying to sell the goods, But
That's
in-
right. I was trying to land a wife.
But in general, I wear very minimal makeup, and usually my go-tos are, if I'm feeling fancy, is eyeliner. They always say that, like, the one thing, if you were on a desert island, what would you do? I would always do my eyebrows.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like they make or break everything.
Yeah.
But eyebrows, I always do my eyebrows. I usually do eyeliner, and if I don't, I always do the under eyeliner because I don't really have a lot of lashes, and so it kind of defines the eyes.
Yeah.
And then I have a little bit of darkness in the corners of my eyes, and I've gotten older, and so I usually do that.
See, I would wear eyeliner if I was a man. If I was Chris Angel, I'd be wearing some fucking eyeliner
Well, why
right
don't
now.
you wear it?
Or Billy Joel.
Let's do your makeup.
All right. Next time, I
We'll
guess
start. Well, you could at least, because you're kind of pale, you're kind of redhead, kind of. We could do eyelashes.
All right.
Okay, next time. Watch, Steve's gonna have fucking mascara on next show.
Probably people will be like, "Oh, you're shockingly beautiful."
Sarah says good grooming doesn't have to be intense, and totally, absolutely. And I'm a big proponent of that, like, natural look.
Mm-hmm.
And even there's been times I've been on dates and, like, I make it a point to wear minimal makeup because it's just like, this is what I am. This is what you're gonna wake up with.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and I've actually had men specifically say to me, like, it's so nice that you don't wear a ton of makeup. Like, I don't wear concealer. I don't wear, foundation, none of that stuff. I don't really color my lips. My lips are already really pink, and it's just because.
I've actually stopped people from wearing foundation
It's
because I'm like,
terrible.
you're 20 something years old. I'm like, if you're
Yes.
40 or 50, I'm like, and that's what you want to do, that's
Sure.
one thing.
But here's the
But
thing
don't put that
too.
shit on your face for no reason. You
And
know, wear your skin.
yes. And here's the thing too is that as you get older, you start to get fine lines and more
Yeah.
pores and whatever, so that settles into it. So now it's even
It's even worse.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like, maybe get a base tan
Mm-hmm.
or like I like to wear like tanning lotion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because tanning's going to make you wrinkle more because
Exactly.
it's just
Yep.
damaging your skin.
So I'll kind of put like a tanning lotion on it. So it gives me a little bit of color, but
Mm-hmm.
doesn't damage my skin and,
Yeah.
So yeah. So I just think there is ways to enhance your attributes without caking on tons of makeup. It's
Yeah. Well, and I said to a girlfriend once, I said, oh, you should wear lipstick because I like lipstick.
okay.
And
Why do you like lipstick?
I just think that it's classy or something. I like a kind of a brighter red.
Sure.
Like,
Okay.
and it's not something that I want all the time, but this girlfriend really didn't wear almost any makeup at all. I think she did a little mascara and that was about it, which was fine. Day to day, that's
Sure.
fine. She got upset about it, and of course, there were reasons for her to be upset, I'm sure, otherwise, but she took it very personally and held on to it that I had asked her that. And it's funny because I said, if you asked me to do anything, like hey, I want you to cut your hair shorter, I'd be like, all right, because it's not about me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah. No, I could see that.
yeah, it's not about me. I mean,
I
I'm with
think-
this person, and if she likes me to wear purple shirts, I guess I wear purple shirts now.
Right.
I don't know.
I think as a younger person, I would have probably been more insecure about it.
Mhm.
If somebody had said, like, I want you to wear lipstick, and they just said, I just like lipstick,
Mhm.
I would be more prone to, now as an older person, to do that. I think being younger, I'd be like, why am I not good enough for you?
Yeah.
But I think it's probably an age thing, and I guess it depends on whether or not you trust your significant other,
Yeah.
but that really comes down to yourself.
Mhm.
Kat says that I used to wear a lot of makeup in my 20s. 30-year-old skin isn't what it used to be. Haha, less is more. Too much is a hot mess. And then Sarah says that tinted moisturizer or sunscreen for the win. It evens everything out without caking anything.
Yeah. That's,
I realize as a man, you don't really.
well, I mean, I need to wear moisturizer, and I'm pretty pale, so it's probably not a bad idea.
I've got really
to-
good tinted moisturizer for you then.
But I want black, and then we'll
It-
take some pictures, and then we'll send them
What
to
could
NBC.
possibly
Yeah,
go
it's
wrong?
Yeah. But I think all of us could take better care of ourselves, and looking good is part of feeling good.
That's definitely a thing for sure.
And being attractive to other people, because other people make you feel better about yourself
Sure,
when
absolutely.
when they're
You know,
complimentary.
at the end of the day, it's kind of like I always do things for myself, but when people appreciate it, it just makes me feel better about the things that I do for myself.
Sure.
I don't do anything that I feel like is detrimental to my psyche or to what I feel is my best.
Best interest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like if I wore thick coats of paint
Hmm.
or
Dog poop.
or concealer or
Oh.
that kind of thing, it's just not, it doesn't make me look my best.
Yeah.
If I keep my natural skin moisturized, maybe put a tinted moisturizer on there or whatever like that, or and just make sure my eyes pop and
Yeah.
my eyebrows are nice and manicured, it's makes me feel good, and I feel like it's my best foot forward,
Mm-hmm.
and so like a lot of times I'll look at there's this one Instagram account, and I don't follow them, but I have checked on them before, and it's about famous people and how they manipulate their photos.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for instance, Kim Kardashian's usually a big one, and her skin not being photoshopped is awful.
Yeah.
With a ton of foundation on it and conceal. It's just awful. It looks terrible. But once it's photoshopped and bright lighting and like that, it looks great. But it's just like, why are you wearing all that? I'm sure you're stunning without it.
Yeah.
You know, why are you covering your face with piles and piles of makeup? Now you see all your pores and all your pimples and all the bumps. And it's just, it's like, yeah, you're the same color, but there's all this shit that's being piled onto. And so it's just interesting. People, you got to pick your battles. And I'd rather have like slightly uneven tone, you know, whatever, and have moisturized skin than have this like dry, matte, porous, bumpy, you know, wrinkly. It's in your creases. It's just, anyway, it's just really interesting. It's interesting what people put their stock into.
Well, yeah, and you know, all of my work goes into my voice. I've got to drink gravy to get a voice like this. I don't know if you're aware of how much gravy I tend to drink.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Interesting. Is
Yeah.
it like a white or a brown gravy?
It's a white sausage gravy, yes. To get this smooth, buttery voice.
If it's spicy, you get like extra phlegmy, you know?
Yeah.
And then it kind of gets like accentuates.
Yeah, you got to have the dairy in it. To get the... I'm just kidding. Don't drink gravy, anyone.
So Sarah says there's a difference between obligating a turn on for your partner versus them telling you that you need to do something to fix your broken face.
Yeah, stupid, ugly girlfriends.
And then Kat says, Steve, one of the girls tonight talking about makeup.
Hell yeah. I like getting dressed up.
Yeah, honestly, he does have a flair for the. I mean, look, he wears sports coats every night.
Yeah.
He's got different styles of glasses. I mean, he
That's true.
decorated the entire studio. I mean, he definitely has some taste. So
Yeah.
you have
And-
opinions about things.
Yeah. No, I am a woke individual.
Very woke.
You know, I got some pretty good taste.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you feel about the makeup job for the all the bone pulling out of in
It was
the movie?
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
The clavicle holes. Yeah, it was great.
Good.
Yeah, the sex prostitutes. That was a good one.
How was their eyebrows?
You know, they were pretty tight for Latinas.
Yeah.
Most of them were Latinas. Some of them were gringas that wandered down below south of the border, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink.
Because older guys are better.
But
Let me.
I've always felt that, you know, oh yeah, do you want to make some shout outs?
No, I
Oh, okay.
don't. Well, I mean, so Sarah's here, Kat's here, Steve S. and Margot's here.
Very nice.
But I wanted to say that, so for instance, I still have my Mothman Prophecies video here. And in it, I think, I'm not sure what year it was, but it was definitely in the 90s. And the lead characters have very thin eyebrows, which was more on trend then.
Richard Gere.
Richard Gere's eyebrows are not as thin,
Okay.
but the female characters have very thin eyebrows. And I found myself watching it and being preoccupied with their eyebrows because of how thin they were as comparison to what's in trend now.
Yeah.
However, to say on the opposite end of that, I've been watching Twin Peaks, which is it was filmed in 1990.
Yeah.
And they have thick eyebrows.
Sure.
And I found myself, because I was trying, I've seen it a couple times, so I'm paying attention, like, okay, 90s, like, what's the difference between 90s styles and, you know, current styles? And they actually have thicker eyebrows.
Yeah.
And it's not as awkward. So it's just funny how trends
Even
come and
though
go.
They have the puffy shouldered.
Not really.
Oh, really?
Not
Okay.
really. It's kind of timeless. If anything, you get kind of a 1950s vibe.
Oh.
You know, they
yeah.
kind of.
And see, if they do that, that's usually how they do it right.
Right.
Is shows that like the Wonder Years.
I haven't seen that since I was a kid, so I couldn't comment.
But it was based in the 60s.
Right.
But it was a
But it was made in the
late 80s, early
Yeah,
90s
yeah,
show or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's this weird, timeless kind of, or you know, I think for all the boomers out there, Happy Days.
Yes.
It was made in the 70s but it was based on the 50s.
The 50s. Yeah. Yep.
So that's kind of a smart way to go about it, making that look, and it's classic. And then you have actors that are more contemporary, but the setting is
Right.
older, and like Mad Men.
Yes.
I was gonna say The Sopranos. The Sopranos is a tough one though,
Okay.
because it was late '90s,
Yes.
and he's driving around in that Suburban, and just there's too many things that are
Okay.
the cathode ray tube TVs, the CRT TVs, the ones that were huge and heavy.
So it really
and-
dates it.
Yeah, but it's still just a classic
Yeah.
show.
Honestly, I probably watched for the first episodes, and I didn't get into it.
Oh my god,
I'm sure it's great. I
Yeah.
just didn't get into it.
It is. It's epic. I mean, there's a reason why. Basically, that show set off everything else.
Yeah.
All of these other things, Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, all of that stuff, where you could make cinematic, quality, high production value television shows
Interesting.
that were these huge epic stories.
Yes.
That just keep going and going and going and rival any movie that's produced out there as far as writing.
I mean, I'm totally into the gangster films. One of my all-time favorite movies is Goodfellas, and so I would be into it. I just didn't get into it, but I'm
Yeah.
sure it's wonderful.
Well, and a Brooklyn Story, right, Katrina?
I gotta watch that.
It's a Bronx Tale.
I actually,
She said Brooklyn Story. I'm like, oh, Bronx Tale.
actually somebody referenced that recently, and I don't remember where I saw it at, but I'll have to check it out.
Was it Chaz Palminteri?
Probably.
That was the name we couldn't remember.
I don't know who that is.
That's the guy that we looked up, remember? I was like, what's his name? It starts with a P.
Oh,
Chaz Palminteri.
yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Roma, do you want to talk about some news today?
Sure. Why
Yeah.
not?
So, all right. Well, first, actually, let me ask you a question, Roma.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, we're going to be talking about some space stuff, right?
Okay.
So, all right, let's start with, do you want to start with the UFOs, UAPs?
Sure.
Okay. So with UAPs, or unidentified aerial phenomenon, it's the newer term for UFOs. So they're
Yes.
not, they're unidentified. So you cannot say what they are. You're just saying that it's a phenomenon that is flying through the aerial or the air, as I like to call it.
Hold on. Wrong video.
So there's been these stories going around about how the CIA declassified some videos. And these videos they were shot by military pilots. And the pilots are really trying to, there's a couple different ones. Here's one here.
My gosh.
Says there's a whole fleet. My gosh.
They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
Yeah. So these are pilots that are yeah, here's one. Okay.
Oh, got it! Woohoo! Roger.
Now, prior to that, they had been watching this thing, trying to track it, and so what they've got it locked now. So they've got, for their missiles, all that. So you can see the heads-up display of the aircraft, and these pilots. The thing that stands out to me is how excited that they are.
Well, if there's look at that thing. It's rotating.
Now, none of them engaged in any aerial battle with them, but that's the part that really gets to me. So when he goes, yeah, got him, because he was trying so hard, and this thing was moving at such a clip that that the United States Navy or Air Force were not able to catch it on their, to catch it in their weapon system.
Sure.
So it's a pretty significant thing.
What I think is interesting, and somebody made this point, and I'm not jumping on that bandwagon, but it's interesting that we have the coronavirus, which is taking up all of the airspace, and then they just happen to drop this information right in the middle of when everybody's in this other news cycle.
Yeah. But I think also everybody's tired of the coronavirus, you know?
Oh, for sure. It's exhausting.
Yeah. So I think that this would be a bad time to bring this up because
Yeah.
everybody would want to focus on this if
Yes.
it was. But if you're a Navy, whatever the hell you are, an Air Force admiral or a general or whatever, what do you say about this? You just say, look, our people caught some stuff on video, and we don't know what it is. And that's all they can say. I mean, maybe there is some secretive little thing that either was flying those things
Yes.
or knows what they are.
Sure.
That's really as far as we can go with it. And actually, I went onto the CIA website, and they were talking about, you know, they were showing some documents that were released and all this stuff, and I was kind of trying to look at it from the perspective of, wow, these people aren't going to have. They're going to provide disinformation to me in some way. Somehow they're going to subvert my attention, or they're going to, I guess, manipulate the truth, and, you know, they're going to put things in front of me that are ridiculous so that I feel a certain way, or
Okay.
I don't know. But with these things, it's kind of hard not to look at them and go, wow, that is absolutely what it appears it should be. Which is people who know aerospace better than anyone.
Sure.
U.S. military pilots.
Absolutely.
Know it better than anyone.
Yep.
And the capabilities, they know what they can do and what they cannot do. And
Yep.
these guys are like, holy shit.
What the hell is that?
I can't believe we caught that thing.
Yes.
Because it's so fast.
Yep.
You know, all of these trainers we do all this time with MiGs and with this and with that, they're constantly training. And they're happy that they got that thing. That thing
Yep.
was a win.
We locked down on it.
Yes. Yes.
Steph says that she had seen some UFOs in 1977. Four of us watched for over an hour as they zoomed out of view and back close and side to side at amazing souls. That doesn't make sense, but
That's interesting.
yeah, maybe speeds. I don't know.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I have heard quite a few accounts from people that were telling me
Speed.
about it. Just about things that they've had.
She says, also the friend I was with, dad was an air fire engineer pilot, and confirmed they saw UFOs and were not allowed to talk about them so the public wouldn't be unnecessarily scared.
Yeah, which I believe. Because, yeah, okay, if you're that person's boss, right? Before all this video technology comes out and they go, holy shit, we saw this fucking thing and we tried to follow it and it went there. We're fucking, you know, look, you can check my flight suit. I shit myself. You're like, don't tell anyone this.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
you do not embarrass me in
Yes.
front of whomever my boss is or whatever. You know, everybody thinks it's all nefarious and stuff. No, it's just dudes being like, look, whatever you saw is not a thing that I believe or that I can confirm.
Sure.
You know?
And that's the thing. I think you can't
Yeah.
confirm it.
Yeah.
And so,
I'm not going to let you just spout a bunch of horse shit and ruin the reputation of this whole fucking squadron.
Right.
Because, you know, you got the bends up there or something,
Yeah.
you know, who knows?
who knows? Yeah. No,
Your
I mean,
oxygen level dropped and you fucking started seeing some crazy shit. You know?
No, I think in general, well, that's the thing. They don't know what it is for the
Yeah.
most part. And so it's hard to give a briefing on something that you're like, well, we don't know what it was. It was weird. And so what's the point of that?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's it. And now that we have this amazing technology where we're able to capture things on video and show them to other people in the context that we really, you know, are able to share these experiences and they're not just folklore anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Kat was just saying, what's the name of the true story of the men who were found missing? And they all said it was aliens. He showed up a few days later and said it was aliens too. they all took lie detector tests and passed. And I said it was fire in the sky. Yeah.
I like how you typed it out when you could have just said it.
Oh, well, I didn't know if you were done. I just.
You know we're on the air, Roma. Yeah, no, and there was somebody that was actually telling me this kind of secretive thing that they do every year around Christmas. That is a special place that they go to check out unidentified aerial phenomena. And so I might have to do that around Christmas this year. It could just be Santa, though, so that's the thing. It's probably just Santa.
It's probably Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do the radar Doppler every year to find Santa.
That's true.
Yep.
Got the Air Force up there.
Yep.
Yep. Flying shotgun.
Which is freaking rad.
Yeah, totally.
It's so cool.
When we were kids, it's like that you
would watch Santa freaking fly. How cool is that?
Yeah. I'm like, those are good tax dollars spent.
Absolutely.
You know, bombing people and keeping Santa safe. Do you want to go to the last space story that I have?
Sure.
The Starlink. I don't know if anybody's been looking up in the sky, but there are satellites in the sky.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so if you've ever looked for UFOs, you see something, and you're like, oh, shit, what is that? And it's, it's just kind of cruising.
Me and my ex-husband actually used to play a game where, because I was really good at spotting satellites, and so I would spot a satellite, and then he would go online, and because they show where the satellites are, and then he would find the satellite.
Yeah, totally.
So I would I'd track the sky, and then he would go and zoom in, and he's like, yep, that's...
Yeah. Well, so they have these... So there's a couple different types of satellites, generally geosynchronous or geostatic satellites. So they follow the Earth.
Okay.
And then there's the other ones that go opposite directions.
Okay.
I can't remember if what exactly those ones are called.
I don't know.
Yeah, non-geosynchronous probably,
sure.
something like that.
Let's go with that.
So Elon Musk and SpaceX. So SpaceX is the company that he shoots rockets off with, and he has these things. I think they're called Falcon 9 rockets.
Okay.
They're reusable, so
cool.
they're not just like
just throwaways.
Break apart in space. And so back in 2019, he started building something called a satellite constellation. So a constellation being a grouping, and a satellite constellation is where they launch 60 of these satellites into space at one time.
Okay.
They have ion rockets on them that are some sort of different. I didn't look up the rocket technology, but they have krypton in them.
Okay.
They're the only things that use these rockets. And they get up to a certain level in the sky. So you have the high orbit, and then you have low orbit. So right now they're shooting things into the high orbit, and they're able to climb and kind of measure where they're at so that they avoid hitting other rockets and things or other satellites.
Okay.
Basically, what he wants to do is cover the entire world with these.
Sounds creepy.
Yeah. And so to give satellite internet access.
Okay.
So these are geosynchronous. They're about the size of a car, like the footprint of a car.
Okay.
They weigh like 260 kilograms. So, maybe what let's see, was it 2.2 pounds per kilogram, so like 500 pounds a piece.
Okay.
And once they get up there, and so they shot off the first 660, and then they shot off another and another and another, and they just got to the 420 mark on April 17th.
Damn.
So all the potheads really had a good 420.
Hell yeah, they did.
In relation
Tripping
to
out,
that.
yeah.
So none of them are actually functional yet. And one of the problems with satellite internet is that every time we go to click a website, right? You send out You send out a request, and then it sends back information.
Okay.
And so when you get that information back, it takes a certain amount of time. And so with the satellites, it's bouncing up and down. Usually it doesn't take a ton of time, but it takes more than you want it to. And especially when you're comparing it to like fiber optic internet. So this is supposed to be pretty fast. And the price of I was reading some things about what the average price is. So average price that people pay per month is like $60 for just internet, and average for satellite internet is $100. So this they were saying is going to be like $80. They're going to start it out in Canada and the U.S. and then hopefully get to a world market where anybody would be able to access high-speed internet. So, and then also one of the transceivers. So one of the things that receives and transmits, basically like your DirecTV dish, would be like $100 to $300. So not a huge investment, and it would also move some to optimize your signal. And so basically it'll take a little bit of time for the internet to get back and forth, and cost about $80 a month. Although they haven't completely, solidified that. So it's kind of interesting. They said they spent over $10 billion on it. 420 rockets up there. So in November 2020, they're going to start beta testing it. So what that'll mean is that like you'll probably get a free dish, a transceiver, and then be able to, test it with them. But you'll probably lose your internet whenever. But the thing about it is basically they're just going to create a whole network of satellites that's all over the place. One of the complaints people have is that they're very reflective.
Okay.
So especially in the evening time, you can see the sun reflecting off of them, and people are pretty pissed about it because, especially like astronomers and stuff.
Yeah. One of my things that I've always argued is that this is the whole flat Earth theory, which I don't think the Earth is actually flat, but it's. When was the last time you heard of a satellite crashing to Earth? And when it doesn't crash to Earth, who is upkeeping these satellites? Mm-hmm. So, and it's not a flat Earth theory as so far as like it's kind of that whole if the Earth's not flat, then there can't be satellites and whatever. Who's so it's like if there's a T-Mobile satellite, who the hell's upkeeping this when a screw comes loose, or are they just constantly setting up new ones? Like what is going on here?
I think they are. So I think satellites are pretty simple, and they're simple in the way that as long as it works when it gets up there, you don't have as much wind. You don't have wind buffeting it, and it's a fairly sterile environment. Of course, they'll crash into each other. That's not good. So where you have the Earth. And when you're shooting something that's going to enter orbit, you have to shoot it, sideways.
Okay.
So you're launching it in, and you're just trying to get the speed to where it's falling and it's catching, the Earth, the gravity's pulling it, but it's whipping it around. And so that's how it just kind of stays there, and why it doesn't come to, so if you had two things that crashed into each other, that would fall down.
Okay.
But if you just have two that bounce off of each other, probably not, because I'm sure there's probably a pretty big buffer. And they were talking about it in kilometers.
Okay.
Where low orbit versus high orbit is, and it's 150 kilometers, which is 0.6 miles. So what? 75 miles of air that you can get something in, and it'll circle the Earth as long as you get it to the right speed, and it just keeps going.
Because Sarah was saying we have a lot of space garbage around the planet, abandoned satellites and such. Steph says that we need to perfect the driving car before Elon thinks he can handle space.
Like the self-driving one, yeah. Well, But that is pretty hard, though. You know.
I think there's probably less obstacles in space.
Yes, I was actually gonna say that's a
Yeah.
lot less dangerous.
Yes.
Honestly, because what? Oh, you land a satellite on someone's house
Sure.
that kills one family.
Yeah.
You send out a fleet of cars that
Or
you
just
know.
mowing down pedestrians.
Oh, I just thought like the air conditioning wouldn't work.
Oh, right. Yeah. That too.
But that's bad.
Yeah.
Your part's bad. But
Sure.
I need to be comfortable.
Sure. Yeah, that's interesting. I actually saw a video on YouTube, and they had talked about. No, it was on YouTube. It was on Instagram. Somebody had, and they thought that they were seeing UFOs, like alien UFOs, because there was these lines of these lights, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?" And then
Yeah.
come to find out that it was these satellites that had been released. So yeah, really interesting.
And and the only thing I could think, okay, so they put 60 of them on this thing,
Okay.
on this rocket. So they launch the rocket, and they're just dropping these things off as the rocket goes, and they're all going in the same exact line. So that's that orbit that
I
they
saw
get
the
it
video
into.
of it. Yeah, it was really weird looking.
Mm-hmm.
One time, this was, 10 years ago, I was out at a hippie party and everybody was taking drugs, and I think I had taken some mescaline. It wasn't like peyote, but it was like it was a hallucinogen. Anyway, so I'm sitting there at a campfire and I see this all of a sudden super bright light streak across the sky, and like it faded in then faded out, and I just was like, oh my God, what the hell was that? Well, being sober, I assume now that it was a satellite.
Okay.
But at the time, it totally blew my mind because it got super super bright,
Yeah.
and then it faded in, it faded out, really bright, and
Or an asteroid.
I don't think it was an asteroid because of how slowly it was going. It could have been, I suppose, but being in that state of mind. And even now, though, if I'd seen it sober, I'd be like, what the fuck was that? But,
Yeah.
Looking back on it, it was probably a satellite reflecting the sun in a certain way. It was nighttime, but it must,
maybe.
I don't know. It was really weird. It was,
Well,
but-
and I think depending on what, it probably was an asteroid, honestly, because if you think about, maybe it was just kind of glaring out of into the atmosphere and out. So maybe
yeah,
it was like
really
barely
high
enough.
up.
Yeah.
It was really high up.
Yeah.
And I guess I assumed that it was a satellite that had just caught the light just right. And then after it got past that span, but it was really a trip.
But if it just came into kind of the top of our atmosphere,
Something,
and
yeah.
maybe it just wasn't like it would have burnt up if it came all the way down,
Sure.
but it just came through and enough speed and enough air particles to heat it up.
Yeah, I
'Cause
mean,
that's
it's
what it is.
possible.
That's what it is. It's heating up because of all the friction of the air.
Because I've seen shooting stars, and it was much faster than that. So I guess I assumed it was a satellite, but who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, but anyways, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, especially that's a good time to
Yeah.
have.
I was
while you're
sober enough that I
hallucinating.
realized I was seeing something that was actually happening.
That was real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
As you're peeling a cat. Don't fuck with cats, Roma. Okay. I watched that.
Just that too.
Yeah, and so they're doing the beta tests on this in the U.S. and Canada, and it's just funny because they're talking about how altruistic it is that, he's doing this thing, and there'll be worldwide internet at that point. So here's the smart part: you don't need the infrastructure, you don't need to build lines and build fiber optic lines and all that stuff. However, the other thing about it is if we're gonna have 5G. That's going to be pretty goddamn fast. And if you're trying to throw this Starlink at me and it's got this lag time on it, I'm sorry, dude. You better start shooting some lasers up and back.
Right.
Or I'm not going to be.
And get on the 5G bandwagon.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be on 5G and you can have your goddamn space link, whatever the hell it is.
Interesting.
And the other thing is, the only reason he's doing this is and I realize me and Elon were the same person.
Right.
But the only reason he's doing this is to pay to go to Mars.
Okay.
And I'm like, you know how he says that we're gonna need to leave this planet and go to Mars?
I mean, I know that he's talked about Mars. I didn't know that he said we need to
No,
leave
he
this
says
planet.
we need to figure out a way off of this planet. I'm like, No, we don't.
No, I
Elon.
don't think it's a
you
good
want to
idea.
go to Mars.
Yeah.
We don't want to go to Mars.
No, there's nothing
We're
on Mars
fine.
for us.
Yeah, there's nothing we need.
Yeah, we have literally have everything here.
And look at what this coronavirus did. So, not to bring it up, but and we didn't say we weren't going to bring it up. Sorry. But we have changed everything about what we're doing in such a short span. But do you know why?
Why?
Because it's fucking important that we do, according to whomever. But the fact that to survive, we've altered our behavior. We've adapted as human beings,
Sure.
which is what human beings do.
Absolutely.
They adapt. Now, if this environmental issue was a real issue, which I'm not saying that it's not, I'm just saying that we've got some time
Sure.
before shit's really fucked up.
Right.
No, everything's melting. Yeah, warming, cooling, but whatever. Talk to a geologist. They'll tell you all about it.
Right.
Or a climate scientist that's a real scientist, not a, not getting money from the government, not getting money in grants
Right.
to do
An
science.
activist.
Yes, not an activist scientist. Because, fuck, if it was paying me, fuck yeah, fucking global warming all over the place. Crazy.
Yeah. Alarmism.
Yeah, climate change. But if you look at how fast we've adapted to this new living situation, it has been remarkable to me. And really, that's all that it's proved to me is how much, and look how much the environment's improved. And I think it's a lot more apparent depending on how shitty of areas you live.
Sure.
Like LA and stuff and New York. I'm sure it's just, you can breathe the air again. You can.
As long as you're not by the homeless fecal matter. But yes.
Well, there's that, yeah. Hopefully it's taking care of some of that. By that I mean, the unemployment's. There's a lot more jobs.
Everybody's
for them.
homeless now?
Yeah, we're all technically homeless. We just have places to stay. It's all squatters' rights.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is a thing, which is crazy.
Yeah, depending on where you live.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not as worried about it. Elon, I think he just wants to go to Mars.
Sure,
and I
absolutely.
Think, why didn't he just say that? Like,
if anybody can do it, he can do it.
yeah, we need to terraform Mars. Okay, yeah, Elon.
That'll be a lot easier than trying to quote unquote save the planet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's gonna be way great. Who doesn't want to go to Mars? That sounds fun. Yeah, you think we're messy with this Earth, and you're just gonna pack us all into a fucking biodome up there? Jesus Christ!
I was just reading an article saying people are hitting trails more, but they're leaving more trash.
Yeah.
And
Trail
it's just,
or trash.
Yeah, trails of trash.
Yeah.
And so it's like you can't trust humans to fucking.
No, we're shitbags.
Yeah, we suck.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's pretty funny though. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, I think he's faking it.
Do you want to get into the other side of the weirdness?
Yeah, sure.
So I've got this video here, and it's supposedly. So have you ever heard of like the Hat Shadow Man? So there's this phenomenon.
A shadow underneath a hat's a very good place for a guy like me.
Right. And so there's a phenomenon where there's shadow people.
Yeah, okay.
There's shadow people specifically that wear hats. It's a reoccurring thing. People see them all the time. I don't know why, but it's this phenomenon, entity. I'm not really sure. So
now, do they wear hats that are associated with different different cultures in different places?
Usually it's just brimmed.
Okay.
So, almost like a wide brimmed kind of cowboy hat or something.
Like an Amish guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Similar to that. Yeah. Yep. And so I came across a video of somebody that took they went ghost hunting in a renowned haunted place, and they found
a hat store. It's just mannequin.
It could have been at one point, but so they pan the camera and it's not there, and then it's there, and then it's not there because they pan back and forth. Huh. I wanted to get your take on it.
Yeah, please.
It's kind of interesting.
Don't forget to share, Roma.
I'm going to switch over.
If it's a Hasidic Jew, Roma, I'm going to be very disappointed. He's at a deli. He's at an electronics store.
So the guy actually does some commentary here.
All right.
And creepy footage comes from Lemp Mansion. So
Lemp
let's have
Mansion.
a look at the footage. I have removed the audio because it doesn't really pertain to the video itself.
What?
So let's look at the footage and we'll talk about it afterwards.
What's he videotaping with?
He pans. So it was just a cell phone apparently. Like, so it's
Okay.
older technology. So they're panning past this window, and you'll see when they do it, like the second time, I think, there's
Okay.
that thing there.
Interesting.
Now I'm going to turn down the volume, and
So
it will
as we can
replay.
see, she's in the mansion.
It'll replay again, and I'm going to try to freeze frame it.
Yeah.
No, that's not. I missed it.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. I mean, interesting. Margot says MAGA hats.
Let's see, they'll do it again. So they pan past this window multiple times, and I feel like if you look as they pan, there is you know how the window has two ledges? So like when you pull up a window, so you have like a storm window kind of thing, and you pull it up, and there's that center ledge thing.
Yeah. Between the two separate panes that you can,
windows.
Yeah.
Yes. I almost feel like, is this bleed over from that? But as I slowed it down, I don't see. So you see how there's that second window there, that
but it's definitely not as dark.
No, and so it's really interesting because I was like, okay, it could be that, but but when they pan the one way, it's not there. When they pan the other way, it's not there, and then but it is there, and it's just really so here he slows it down. You can see it right there.
I mean that looks like a fucking dude in a hat.
That's weird, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So what do you think? Do you think that that's what that is? I mean, have you seen other evidence of those hat persons?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I've seen. I know that there are stories of it. I've seen photos that supposedly could be it. I think that they exist, but I'm not sure that. I didn't transition because I'm terrible.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry. So I did just transition though, and you could see it right there.
Yeah, just see if you can pause it on it. So basically, it's walking back and forth with the shittiest camera in the world, and then, try to close that right. Oh, you see how you can close it?
Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right there. Yep. Yeah. Right there. Or go one more frame. Yeah.
That's it. I think that's the frame.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, that's...
there you go. So you can see here to the right, there's that ledge between the two windows.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So is that just a reflection of that ledge?
Oh, yeah. God, I wish people had fucking adequate materials. It's like, don't even put this shit on the internet.
Right.
It's like, did you see the fucking thing flying
You can see it here panning.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I definitely think it's an actual phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
But is this an example of it?
Nailed it, Roma.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I think that because I do see what you're saying with it lining up with it, but I'm just wondering
honestly,
where the shoulders and
it's a little bit higher. It really is.
Yeah.
But anyway, I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just a regular man, but the thing looks like a brim of a hat. Well, so it's turning a regular man into a hat man, Roma.
Sure,
maybe this is all propaganda. You ever think of that, Roma?
It could be a regular shadow person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because shadow people are definitely a thing.
These hat men are getting a lot of credit they don't deserve.
Right, and then hat men are their own thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Interesting. I just saw it and I wanted to get your take on it. What you thought about that?
I mean, I definitely believe in spectery shit, but I also believe that people should have adequate cameras and that they should not upload.
What else was interesting is this guy, he was doing it that was narrating this video, and he goes, this was done on an old cell phone, and you can't even upload those. You can't take those videos off the phone. I'm like, well, how the fuck did you get this video if you can't take it off the phone? It was weird. I was like, that seems like a really weird thing to say. Are you trying to justify this? Like, and I'm a believer. I'm 110% a believer, but at the same time, I try to look at things with a skeptical eye. And if you watch the video as it pans back and forth, there's really nothing there that kind of gives that like shouldery shadow thing.
Yeah, because when it comes back, there's nothing. Yeah.
No, there really isn't. So it pans the one. See, there's nothing there.
Yeah. I just wonder how much easier it is to manipulate a video like this is.
Right.
And especially one with such a quick brush, you know.
Sure.
I mean, you spend 20 minutes on Photoshop with some pixelation setting with a picture of a dude like your grandpa in a hat, and then suddenly it's just put it in there, and then you just kind of superimpose it. So I don't know. It's interesting.
I thought it was interesting.
It's not worth not watching.
Yeah,
So
I mean, we were talking about Ghosts 2 episodes ago, I think, and I just thought it was. I saw it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put this on the show.
Yeah, no, it's cool to see. I'm just. It's kind of like with the aliens thing. People was showing just shitty video. I'm like, just don't even bring that shit in here. You know, I'm like, not to you, but if you don't have something that at least has some quality to it, that I can see some sort of a, okay. Here's the thing that gets me the most. So optical zoom is what you want to use, right? Because that actually uses the lenses of the camera. Digital zoom takes whatever that optical zoom is and then just basically blows it up.
Sure.
And that's why you get those shitty fucking things that are moving around, like, oh, this camcorder goes out to 120 times. No, it doesn't have a fucking telephoto lens. It has a 20x lens. Do not turn off the optical zoom on that bullshit.
Right.
So when you're shooting an object that's far away, guess what? Shoot it on 20x, and then you can blow that shit up later.
Sure.
The same better, or actually in a better way,
probably,
where it's more stable.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually get a frame of reference. I don't want some shitty little...
Yeah.
Ooh, you can show me 4 inches and then this thing like that, and it's 4 pixels.
Jerking all around.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
No, absolutely. It's like, look, sorry, you have a limitation to your technical device. Leave it with that limitation and then process it.
You ever seen those memes? It's like what I see, and it's like the moon is giant, and then it's like what my camera sees, and it's just this like little 4 pixeled. Yeah.
Totally. Absolutely. I'm all on board with that. You can blow stuff up, you can clarify, you can do all that. But if you zoom in with a fucking digital zoom, you've ruined it.
Do you want to end us with something funny?
Yeah.
So I found this meme online. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can pull it up here. Okay.
All right.
This is our big finish.
Okay.
Let's see.
Don't forget to share. Oh my God, Roma, if you don't share.
No, I got it. I'm on it. All right, ready?
You want me to enter this? Nah, it's cool. Nah. But you can use this flotation device. What they say, they floating. They can be hating. Put both feet. If you put both feet, we'll give you a big bag of seeds. See, damn it, man. See, premium from Costco. I have to contemplate. I have to consider. I'm aquaphobic, man. Why do I have to be aquaphobic? Flotation device for the seeds. Just good. So you're saying I can trust you with this thing here? The decision is for you to make for the seeds. Is the flotation device trustable? Yeah, I'm aquaphobic. Yes. Okay, let me give you. Okay, big bag of seeds for me. Big bags of seeds indeed, but is it worth it? Aquaphobia, I can't swim. I don't think it's worth it. Okay, 2 bags of seeds. 2 bags of seeds? Yeah. Nah, that's too good to be true. This is some trickery here.
So it doesn't even have a payoff? Those jerks. Roma, I would say that's a little too long to be a meme, but I like it.
It was 52 seconds.
I think a meme's got to be a little, a little punchier than that. But no, that's pretty funny. I like the chameleonaires.
Oh
you
my
know?
God, it made me laugh so hard.
Yeah. They see me rolling. Yeah. No, it's good. And it's good to see the. I wonder if those guys are Caribbean or.
Or faking their accent. I'm not sure, but it's pretty
No,
funny.
it sounded like they were. Sounded like that was a pretty good accent.
I don't know. It was pretty funny though.
Sounded like they were either from the Bahamas or something, or maybe from Africa somewhere. Some Americanized.
I found it on Instagram and it fucking killed me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's funny. What kind of bird is that, though? God, that thing's fucking ugly.
I know.
I still hate birds for everyone out there, but I can appreciate them. A fun video with birds, like the one where it flies into the truck. One of my favorites.
Classic.
Yeah, Rama, did you know that this is our last episode of this 52 weeks of the year?
It is.
Yeah.
I did know that.
And we actually nailed it with 52 episodes.
Nice.
Which is crazy.
Hell yeah.
Because we didn't plan it out that way.
Yeah.
But
Next episode is our 1 year episode.
yes.
Yep.
So the next one's going to be our 1 year anniversary.
Hell yeah.
So we're going to be,
Woot, woot.
yep, having a little celebration. I don't know exactly what we'll do to celebrate. I know I've got some plans. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got some ideas too.
Yes. I'm working on a new intro for the
And we're talking about going to Patreon.
yeah, at least starting a Patreon of some sorts.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to figure that all out.
Yeah, I mean it's all in the works, but yeah, we're at a 1 year mark.
Yeah.
We started this time last May. You did. I
Mhm.
came in about halfway through the year.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's going to be a big 1 year celebration.
Yep. It'll May 4th is the actual date, but we'll be doing it on May 8th on the Friday.
Yes.
So
Coming
same
up this
time, same
Friday.
place.
Yep, absolutely.
We hope everybody will show up and
Yeah,
celebrate,
come celebrate with us.
Maybe we'll watch Roma's Instagram. Maybe we'll announce if it's a pizza party or something, or
That'd be fun.
That way we can all prepare and make sure we
Pizza and cupcakes.
have our Corona celebration party all together. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's about.
We'll do shots every time Steve brings up a random celebrity's name that nobody else knows.
Awesome. Then we should talk about God. Well, we don't have to worry about it. It'll just happen. Damn, I wasted Chaz Palminteri. And what was the guy? Something Kazale?
I don't know.
Remember Kazale? The
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
John Kazale?
that's not my strong point.
Yeah. Yes. So, Roma, got anything you want to plug?
So we have our Twitter, our new Twitter at SunsockSteve.
Yes.
So go follow that
And I'll put my Twitter, my Tinder,
profile on there as well.
yeah, or at least some good funny things that funny interactions that I have.
And then we've got our Instagram at the Sensible Sociopath Podcast. You can also find us there through Facebook.
Mhm.
I think it's also Sensock Steve, but we have a business page. I don't know how
Yeah.
that whole thing works.
I hate Facebook.
Yeah, just you can find us there, but
Go with Instagram.
yeah. Of course, like and follow and share on YouTube, and then we're available on all major platforms, podcasting platforms.
Mhm.
So, for instance, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud.
We've got a request for Sensock magnets. We'll have to.
So we do have magnets, and we are
Yeah.
sending them out. So if you want it, you can DM us, leave a comment below, whatever you want to do. Get a hold of us.
Yeah.
So
And then tell us where you live.
tell us where you live. I'm already sending out a handful. So
Awesome.
if anybody else wants one, get in. It's a limited edition. We might reprint, but as of right
Yeah.
now, it's a limited edition. So
I kind of like the limited edition thing. It makes
Yeah.
them more valuable.
absolutely,
Because
you were
collectible.
you were in before it was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we're cool, but
Yeah.
before we
Well,
were.
And I think once we kind of get into the swing of the merchandise thing, we'll have to have limited runs of certain things, and maybe we can bring
Absolutely.
something back, and
For sure.
have people showing their stuff off when we start doing live shows. You know, people be wearing T-shirts and hats and wigs.
Yep.
Wearing robot eyebrows.
They should make some of those stick-on ones.
Yeah. Steve, eyebrow game on Fleck. Or
Right.
robot.
It's Fleek. Okay.
Oh, I thought you said Fleck.
I did say
You did.
Fleck.
I know.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm fucking 40. I don't know what the hell's going on.
That's why the shirt's gonna say eyebrow games on Fleck. You let me handle what the shirts say, Roma.
Okay.
You handle the pictures. I'll
Yeah.
handle the words.
I'll do the.
That's the
yeah.
way we do the. So
I'll do
you
the
handle
graphics.
the Instagram, which is mostly all the
pretty
pictures.
stuff.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the good looking stuff.
Yeah.
And I handle the Twitter stuff, which is the
intellectual ridiculousness.
yeah, somewhere in between all that. It's yeah.
It's like somewhere between highbrow and lowbrow.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of right in the middle there. Just kind of it oscillates.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
You gotta be really smart or really dumb.
Both. Yeah. Yep. You got to be both of those things. Awesome. Well, great show, Roma.
Yes.
And we'll see everyone at our 1 year celebration.
Have a good night, you guys.
It's over, Johnny.
Yeah, I read a survey once that like 98% of people die.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
Europe would be a fraction of the size that it is today, if not for incest.
It's over. Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
Content and stories and whimsy and a little love.
So they say the big one's coming. For California.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Was she a great big fat person?
That's right.
Have you ever seen how many clothespins you could get on your scrotum? You ever dabbled in the dark arts?
Guess what? I don't have to fuck the goats anymore.
It's actually quite a bit of fun.
Hashtag them too. I have no control over life.
If I had a keyboard, I'd be able to help you.
What dude hasn't tried to blow himself? 8 3/4 is totally fine.
They say that you can kill yourself.
Mark Hamill as a voice actor is absolutely phenomenal.
People get really, really hostile really, really quickly.
Rape and incest.
Oh, we started talking about crazy Joe Biden and they shut us down.
I got the ultra AIDS.
Nobody's got AIDS.
You're throwing off my game with your heartbeat and you're talking and you're breathing.
I have had to stop using my favorite poop phrase.
Why stop at 2 atomic bombs? Why don't we just do the whole thing?
Is this one of them left or right-handed coffins? Oh shit. Oh, that's a dick. Sorry, kids.
I'm airing my junk out and I'm looking bold. I've always been a fan of Evan Watson. After she turned 18.
After? That's where you and I are different, my friend.
I mean, I don't have a problem digging a hole and keeping an erection.
It's all about romance.
Texting, talking, touching.
Jumper cables and proper voltage, you could have dead baby movement.
Are you guys judgmental? Me? Not so much. Bunch of Judas Priest albums. Rob Halford's pretty badass.
Yeah, I like Judas Priest.
You know he's gay.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.